There's this moment in every future dog owner's journey where excitement and nerves mix together so perfectly that you can't tell which one is stronger. That moment usually happens right before visiting the breeder for the very first time. You're excited because this is the closest you've ever been to actually meeting your future furry best friend. And at the same time, you're nervous because you know this is a big decision, one you want to get absolutely right. Maybe you've already pictured the puppy in your home. Maybe you've already imagined the first night, the first walk, the first cuddle. And now, the only thing standing between you and that reality is that visit. The breeder visit. It might feel simple, but it is one of the most important steps in choosing the right puppy, a step that can shape the next 10 to 15 years of your life. So let's slow everything down. Let's breathe. Let's walk through this together. When you visit a breeder, you're not just going to look at puppies. You're stepping into the beginning of a lifelong relationship. This visit is where you learn the truth about the puppy's health, the environment they were raised in, the temperament they've developed, and the type of breeder you're dealing with. Everything matters here. The sights, the sounds, the smells, the behavior of the puppies, the behavior of the mother, even the breeder's attitude. And while it may feel like there's a lot to think about, once you understand what to look for, the whole experience becomes simple and even enjoyable. Before you ring that doorbell or walk through that gate, remind yourself of this. You are not going to impress the breeder. You are going so the breeder can impress you. You are the one making a life-changing decision. You have every right to observe, ask questions, and take your time. The moment you step in, you want to pay attention to the environment. You don't have to be an expert to know when something feels off. You don't need to know every detail of animal husbandry. You simply need to trust your eyes, your ears, and your instincts. Good breeders don't hide anything. They welcome you in. They want you to see where the puppies play, where they sleep, how they interact with each other, and how their mother responds to them. And yes, the mother, she is one of the most important parts of your visit. If you learn nothing else today, learn this. You must always see the mother. Her behavior, her health, her temperament, and her interaction with the puppies give you more information than anything else. Puppies absorb their mother's temperament more than people realize. A calm mother often produces calm puppies. A nervous mother raises nervous puppies. A gentle, affectionate mother raises gentle, affectionate puppies. When you watch the mother, don't worry about whether she runs up to you or stays back. Some dogs are naturally shy around strangers. What you're observing is her general state. Is she healthy looking? Is she alert? Is she clean? Does her body look cared for? Does she seem relaxed around the breeder? Does she show signs of stress? Now, as the puppies come into view, something inside you might explode with joy, because honestly, few things in the world are as heart-melting as a litter of tiny, wiggly, curious pups tumbling over each other. But here is where you need to hold yourself steady. This isn't the time to choose with your heart alone. This is the time to observe. Watch how the puppies behave together before any human touches them. Look for their natural personality. Some will be bold, some will be shy, some will be calm, some will be bouncing off the walls. None of these traits are wrong, but they need to match you. A super high-energy puppy might be perfect for an athletic family, but overwhelming for someone looking for a relaxed companion. A very timid puppy might be a gentle soul, but a first-time owner might need more confidence and social ease in their dog. Just observe. Don't choose yet. As you're watching, you'll also want to pay attention to how clean the puppies look, not in a beauty contest way, but in a general health way. Their eyes should be clear, their coat should be smooth, their noses should be moist but not runny, and their bodies shouldn't look too thin or bloated. Puppies get messy, of course, but even messiness has a difference. There's, we've been playing hard for an hour messy, and then there's, we live in a neglected environment messy. Then comes the moment when the breeder picks up a puppy for the first time, and you learn something very important. Good breeders handle their puppies gently but confidently. Puppies raised in loving homes are comfortable being picked up. They may wiggle, but they don't panic. They don't scream. They don't freeze in fear. And if they do, the breeder explains why. Maybe the puppy just woke up, or maybe it's a shy one. As you sit with the puppies and interact with them, here's something powerful to remember. You're not looking for the cutest puppy. You're looking for the puppy that fits your life. Every puppy is adorable. Every puppy will look cute in photos. But not every puppy will grow into the kind of dog that suits your lifestyle. Spend time with each puppy. Let them come to you naturally. Don't force interaction. Just sit on the floor or in the play area and give them a chance to reveal who they are. It's magical how puppies gravitate differently toward different people. Some seek attention immediately. Some wait. Some nibble your shoes. Some climb into your lap. Some sniff every corner of the room before acknowledging you. All of that is information. While all this is happening, keep an eye on the breeder too. A great breeder is knowledgeable, open, warm, and honest. They don't get irritated by questions. In fact, they appreciate people who care enough to ask. A great breeder doesn't pressure you to choose. They don't guilt you. They don't rush you. They give you space. They explain the puppy's personalities individually. They tell you the strengths of each pup and even the challenges. If a breeder only says positive things and refuses to mention any weaknesses or quirks, that's a small red flag. No puppy is perfect. Every puppy has a personality. A great breeder is able to match you with the puppy that suits you best. Now, let's talk about connection. That moment everyone secretly hopes for. You know the story. The puppy chose me. And sometimes that really happens. You may feel your heart pull toward a particular puppy. The puppy may choose to sit with you a little longer. The puppy may follow you more than the others. But connection alone shouldn't make you ignore obvious signs of mismatched energy. A very dominant puppy might choose you because you're the one sitting closest. A very timid puppy might choose you because you're the quietest in the room. But does that mean they fit your lifestyle long term? That's what you need to consider calmly. This is why spending enough time with the puppies matters. Not 5 minutes, not 10. Take as long as you need. Watch them play. Watch them interact with their siblings. Watch how they respond to the breeder. Watch how they respond to noises, new toys, and new people. A confident, even-tempered puppy will typically explore without fear. A sensitive puppy will take longer, but will warm up eventually. An overly fearful puppy may freeze, hide, or tremble, and a hyper-dominant puppy may start bullying siblings or guarding toys aggressively. Again, none of these traits mean a puppy is bad. They just mean they need the right kind of owner. When you finally pick up the puppy you're considering, pay attention to how the puppy relaxes in your hands. Not every puppy will melt into your arms instantly, but they shouldn't show signs of distress. Their heartbeat should be steady. Their body should soften after a few seconds of holding. Now let's talk about health again, because even though this visit is emotional and exciting, it's also practical. You want to ask about vet checks, first vaccinations, worming schedules, genetic testing for the breed, and you want to see documents. Not promises, not "I'll send them later." Real physical documents or digital medical records already prepared. If a breeder hesitates, delays, or can't produce proof, that's a reason to reconsider. And here's a small secret many first-time owners don't know. The best breeders will almost interview you too. They're not just selling a puppy. They're placing a living being into someone's home. They want to be sure you're ready. So if they ask about your lifestyle, your experience with dogs, your work schedule, or who will take care of the puppy while you're away, that's a very good sign. As the visit goes on, there will be a moment where you've observed everything, asked everything, and spent enough time with the puppies that clarity begins to form naturally. You find yourself drawn to one or two puppies. You begin imagining what life would look like with each one. You start weighing their personality against your lifestyle. And slowly, one puppy begins to stand out in a calm, grounded way, not in an impulsive way. Choosing the right puppy should not feel like grabbing something off a shelf. It should feel like recognizing what's already right in front of you. A puppy whose personality gently aligns with your personality, whose energy matches your pace of life, and whose presence feels natural. And when you do find that puppy, there's a sense of peace, a quiet assurance, not a frantic rush, not a nervous fear, just a calm, warm certainty that says, yes, this is the one. Before you finalize anything, ask yourself one last question. Can I see myself loving this dog not just as a puppy, but as the adult dog they'll grow into? Puppies change, their looks change, their size changes, their energy changes, but their core temperament stays surprisingly consistent. Choose based on that, on who they are, not only on how cute they look at 8 weeks old. As you prepare to leave the breeder's home, remind yourself that this visit is about clarity. It's about your future happiness and the puppy's well-being. A great breeder will invite you to come again before pickup day if you need more time. They won't pressure you. They'll support you. Once you've chosen your puppy, the next chapter begins. And trust me, it's one of the most beautiful journeys you'll ever experience. That little ball of fur will soon be your shadow, your companion, your teacher, your comfort, your laughter, your responsibility, and your unconditional friend. And all of that starts right here, with this visit, with this choice. So take your time, be present, ask questions, observe everything, and choose with calmness, not excitement alone. Because when you choose right, you're not just choosing a puppy, you're choosing a future.